have you discussed with Mr. Lantos, or are you familiar with
I would like to call next on a most distinguished member of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus, a member of its executive committee, and an indefatigable fighter for human rights for many years, Congressman Ben Gilman of New York.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I particularly welcome this opportunity to address the problems in Yugoslavia, and particularly in the Kosovo province. I'd like to read a quote. Gradually, the age-old longing of the humankind for peace will be reflected in better governmental structures that will be forced to comply with the demands of a great and enlightened citizenry throughout the world. Mr. Chairman, those words were uttered by President Dwight Eisenhower on November 8, 1954, and they've never been more poignant than they are today. The raging tide of democratization in Eastern Europe makes more salient the issue of human rights and political autonomy for ethnic Albanians in the Kosovo province of Yugoslavia. In the recent past, military presence and violence and harassment in the province of Kosovo has provided an ominous reminder of the repression that comes from ethnocentric attitudes that have no place today in modern society. Last fall, a delegation of European parliamentarians visited the Kosovo province to investigate firsthand the human rights situation in that region, and they returned from their visit heartened by some progress in opening up that society, but dismayed by the lack of cooperation by the Yugoslav government officials in not permitting them to visit with dissident groups. They were afforded only second-hand level meetings with government officials. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, to thank our good friend, former Congressman Joseph DioGuardi, for his outstanding work on this issue. I'm here to listen, not to speak, and I look forward to hearing the remainder of our witnesses.
Congressman Ben Gilman.
Thank you, Joe. It's great being here with all of you, and you're in an important place right across from the White House, and I hope they're all listening, because this is an important cause for you, for us, for all freedom-loving peoples throughout the world. Recent events in Kosovo created an ambience of pessimism. The aspirations of ethnic Albanians of that region have been crushed by the government of Yugoslavia, which refuses to recognize their legitimate desire for autonomy. In April of this year, the president of Yugoslavia did lift the state of emergency in Kosovo, but that has not affected the plight of the ethnic Albanians in that troubled region. It was our sincere hope that the decision to lift the state of emergency was made because the parties involved realized that peaceful negotiations is the only effective way to solve the ethnic problems in that region in a truly democratic manner. But trouble for Albanians in the Kosovo province still continues unabated. Over 50 Albanians have been killed in Kosovo over the last year. That killing must stop, and it must stop now. In the Congress, there are many of us who feel, just like Joe DioGuardi has it so deeply embedded in his heart, that we must help these people who've been repressed for so long. And I want to assure you that many of us will continue to fight for freedom, for justice, for liberty in Kosovo, for Albanians everywhere. God bless.
Thank you, Ben.